Hello, everybody. We have a very kind of like a special topic today. Talking about something that needs to be realized, and looking at in this, it is about the mind games versus the reality within your journey, a personal journey as a twin flame, and about the twin flames energies there. You're gonna find out that the journey itself, when you begin to go up and up and up, and you begin more and more to evolve, the journey itself is gonna be bring you a higher, but at the same time, it's gonna ask you, look, is that reality right here? It matches what happens into the 3D. And during this process, you're gonna find out something very interesting inside of you, and that is gonna be this mind games that you will be playing within yourself and scenarios. And when you find those mind games inside of you, when you find this playing of different scenarios, how your journey is going to be, how the things will be, you're going to find out that in some way you think that the 5D energy in there, it's coming and it's going to be manifested because that's how your feelings were. But that was only a mind games because when you realize of the things in there within yourself, and the 5D becomes a 3D reality, and we're both talking about here about personal experience in there, we're sharing it out with you, we find out that uh, there is this kind of like a mismatch between what the energy is and what actually is in the reality. And when we look at it within ourselves, especially I'm talking about you here right now, there was this energy of so much big desire that it comes from the old patterns inside of me to have that manifesting inside of me that actually wasn't matching. I feel like, yeah, it's gonna call, it's gonna happen, it's gonna do, it's gonna that, but there is nothing happens in there. And then you begin to wonder why. So without further ado, I'm gonna give you Paulina. So we are here to share
Mhm.
our experience here, and she's
Yeah, I
gonna
hope it
share
will
some
be.
bolts and nuggets.
I think it will get it more clear because it was definitely confusing the moment you realize, like, what is the reason that you have some 5D experiences and you don't see them manifesting in 3D. And we were having lots of discussions about that because the question is like normally we are talking that those two things should complement each other. Whatever you're experiencing on energetic level with another person or with other people in general, that should match in 3D because this is also from those hermetic principles that we started to talk, that if you come into balance, all of your realities should be matching. And any of those dissonances, they just show that some of it is not on the correct path, or there is some little bit like disturbance, because you will be feeling like your life is going one way, but then you're sure that it's gonna lead you to this let's say merging your paths with another person, because that's even what your intuition, so-called intuition, tells you. And you will see how you will maybe start even questioning your intuition, because the universe will be sending you one signs, and they will be guiding you towards, let's say, union with your counterpart, because that's what you will be sensing, and none of this is going on. And at some moment maybe you will start questioning what is really true, and is it not some kind of weird mind games. And by just observing that, on our example, as Dio said, from my personal experience, I just realized that very often I was trying to explain whatever my intuition was trying to tell me, but just to explain it as I would like to see it fit, as I would like to see it unfold. So when I was getting information regarding the progress on my journey with the counterpart, because that's how I was getting the information that he's awakening or she's an awakening, I was kind of explaining that to myself. Oh, according to my wish, that's how it's gonna be the next step for my journey. but I couldn't see it matching, So just, I think with this is just very big question to answer first. If you see those things like 5D or this energetic things that you experience, they don't manifest, you don't see them from the other person. Like it's just really clearly one sided. Isn't it that you're blocking something, that you try to hold on to something or believe that something will happen, although it's not gonna happen. It's like sometimes just to recognize that we put our preferences on top of that, and it can get us blinded for the true purpose or this true path that we should continue. So that's just a little bit of introduction.
Ah, right there, you talking about the true path. As she said about things that when all your this energy realities within yourself that comes in at the one reality itself in there, and we discussing at that within us. What's the difference this time of the soul connections between us compared to the previous? It is that whatever is going on within us is matching its reality here in the 3D. The energy is there. We see the mind games from before by looking at what happened in the previous soul connections compared to now, and we can clearly begin to question ourselves. Is like we want to know what is this the difference is, because when you find a difference between your imaginary reality that you play these mind games within yourself and the actual reality are different, then you have drama between the two of them. And your energy is in there within what it is the reality and what the mind games are. When you work on yourself, you're gonna cut that lower energies within yourself about this. I mean, I look at it within ourselves. We are asking ourselves, is like, what happened to the previous connections? What was our lower energies, or what was the lower energies within the connections? And then we find out the lower self in the connections itself. It was there as a presence, but it was not matching the reality. For example, the certain things were not kept, or there was a something that was like a codependency issues and so on. And when we begin to work on ourselves on that codependency, as you guys know in our story, we talk about this before, that we're not looking at for the connections, but the connection exists in itself and it's manifest in itself. Then that is a one sign you heal the connections. But talking about this reality, we did the reality check, and it's very good for you to look at it yourself, what you imagine about the connections, and do a reality check. And gonna go back into Paulina, that she's gonna share something about about her experience here. So
Mm. Yeah, so one thing to check is really, as we mentioned, if you see this dissonance, that you feel something, that as if there will be some movement in the connection, but then you wait and you just seem to be doing all of these things, meanwhile just putting your energy to this connection, and it's stagnant. Isn't it your fear of just losing this connection altogether, just maintaining something that is clearly not moving, and it's just by focusing on something that is, it's just not supposed to be performing, because the connection is not serving the purpose. The thing I'm seeing is, somehow it's hard for us to accept that some person cannot join us in the journey, because it doesn't match our ideal scenario, because by divine you were matched in the first place, you get ignited. But so of course, like, you will have this wish and desire to continue with this divine love with that specific person. But our minds is somehow, it tries to avoid the pain, like even our, I think, emotional body is trying to avoid this pain. So we will be guarding, sorry, ourselves so much, just not to experience this pain. But again, from my personal experience, I realized this very pain that I was trying to avoid, it was very transformative, and it helped me to reach another threshold because I proved myself my priorities. And I needed some a little bit of support from the universe with that, because this emotional part, it was a little bit overwhelming. And because I was protecting myself from this pain, with a little bit of this push with the energies, I was able to, accept that maybe I'm not the one in control here. Maybe really this something that I really wish to be moving forward, it's not moving forward. And I chose them maybe the evolution instead of being stagnant and just trying to fulfill my wish. I had an intention, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. But I'm a little bit of tired just getting stuck on the journey itself. So like I wanted to move, to reach the next step, no matter of whether or not, with the person or without. But just really stepping out of this, what do I need, what do I desire, that I would like to have that person, because that was my ideal version. So a little bit of putting aside your wishes and preferences. But of course, like that was painful to realize that you don't have a choice over everything in your life.
Yeah, that's what it was the same thing with me because I moved that side away. And what we were throughout the discussions, when you put your wishes and so on, you also remove this imaginary mind games within yourself. You're only going to be focused within the reality. So the energy within you first as a person is going to be focused what is really going on. That is a what they call reality check. And when I do this reality check, but from a spiritual perspective within yourself, when you do the things, and when the things begins to happen within you, then you begin to find out. Uh, right now, for even we shared that before, we begin to question what our connections is like that, and then we put the qualities in there, and the qualities come back, and we researched it. This is a one thing, giving you kind of like a personal tip. After you do this reality check with yourself, look at it, your actual real self. That when it comes in, you're not playing any more mind games with this because you understand you're wasting your time in there. You're not evolve. You're here to evolve, and you're protecting right now not this mind games and situations as the mind games and the illusions. Right now, you really want to get to the next step, and through that evolutions, you see what you have to do to evolve, but evolve into the reality itself. Do something real. And when we did this, we'll look at it, and then we found out the qualities. There was given the qualities about a couple who have this beautiful, powerful couple, as far as a powerful couple as a relationship. And then we begin to, that's what this is happen. So the soul is going to lead you to the right directions. But at the same time, when the energy sees that you stop with this programming within your program, with the mind games, with the situations, because the universe tells you, here, you got that vision, you got that, but why is not manifesting in the 3D? And you're kind of like, I don't know why. You don't see that. And some of the people don't see this during the twin flames journey within yourself. Again, this is a personal development within yourself. And when we find that out, we were just having discussions about this, and we decided to go ahead and share it, our experience with you guys. So, darling, if you have anything.
One other thing I wanted to discuss today is, this idea of divine feminine and divine masculine counterpart, because that's, I think, another thing that people don't want to understand or accept, that you can have those divine masculine and divine feminine energies manifesting in several people. I don't know if it's at the same time, but just throughout our journey. If someone comes to you and is this manifestation of, let's say, masculine energy, you would call this person my divine masculine. People have those tendencies. But if you try to open up your vision a little bit, and try to accept this opportunity that or option that energy can flow through several people or even like multiple people at the same time within your lifetime. Is just depending on level of your development and some other person development, you can be matched up and paired up. So sometimes I think what can happen is people will be trying to hold on to this vision that I've experienced my divine masculine counterpart energy through one person. And that means that I have to continue experiencing this energy throughout from this person, until the end of my life. As if there's only one person who can bring us this divine, masculine, feminine energy. So somehow it's like people should maybe realize that we are not limited to experiencing those energies only throughout one vessel or one vehicle. We can have multiple people coming to us, unless we will block it and we will have again this ideal vision that I found my divine masculine or feminine, and I have to continue my journey with that specific body. So it's just, if you try to understand that, the way, if you progress on your journey, your personality changes, your mind changes, your mental levels changes, all of this changes. So it's natural to have another individual probably coming to your life which will be matching your level of development. So with all this, I'm just trying to remind that it's okay if you will start feeling the dissonances in the development. Let's say you have this person you consider as a twin flame, that you feel as if they kind of are stuck in time or maybe stuck before because of their traumas. Just be mindful that there will be some other equivalent that will be sent, or they will be attracted to you, so you can still have this energetic flow. So it's just, unless you block it, so it's, this is important to recognize. Don't block those energies that want to manifest maybe through some other individual once you're ready to receive.
Yeah, that could be another. You're gonna find this a little bit difference within yourself about this mind games in there, and especially that she was talking about this. Um, I mean, it's only my divine masculine, it's only my divine feminine. You need to understand the mind games in there that you're playing is like, he's my divine masculine, and I am the divine feminine. In there, be mindful that you, through a partner, that's what the journey is all about. Is someone triggers your masculine's energy, they're not healed, and somebody triggers your feminine energies, they're not healed. And this is gonna be a one thing that you may have to realize within your own self in there. And playing the mind games is, oh, he should be like this, oh, he should be like that, oh, that's how it's going to be, and so on and so on. That is another things that you have to seek within yourself and purge the false. And by purging the false within yourself, you're going to find out that you're not worried about everything else that goes on. You're only going to be worrying about this high level of vibrations and energies that are coming from the 5D. What if their jump is here that they're doing into the real reality? You're actually performing that by removing this mind games. And then what's going to happen with you is that you're going to find out something very beautiful. The 5D is going to match the reality. And then you're going to find out who you really are and what you're here for. And that is a very beautiful part of this union, because union is not only to be on a physical, union is not only to be on a mental, union not only to be on an energy level, union not only to be on a spiritual level and so on, or even called an intimacy level and so on. Union is you're unifying everything. You're unifying the 5D realms with the 3D realms. And that's what it is above. So it's below. And hopefully this kind of like a message, helps some of the people out. Please, guys, do your reality checks, do your things, because it's very beautiful when you have those 5D energies. but in the 3D realm. Okay, that's all I got from you. I mean, darling, if you have something to say.
Yeah, just to conclude, because it just came to me now. Mm, if you have those, you see those realities doesn't seem to match. Is whatever is in 5D. Normally, it comes to us like we don't control those things, those visions that you have, those sensations that you have. But if it's not manifesting in 3D in a current state, probably there is some other 3D reality that waits for you, and and just waits, so you just allow this to unfold, because it's, if you sense that you, for example, you have those divine masculine energies that are trying to manifest here in 3D, but they cannot. It's like, maybe you should just accept that maybe this like a bubble of a 3D reality that you built in your head, it just doesn't contain this proper vision that is waiting for you. So you just really have to expand and accept that, within 3D, we just cannot put any expectations. And that includes whatever person is doing, whatever he's acting or she's acting, whatever compromises there are to be made. But also, it can include that maybe this is not a 3D person that you're looking at. Maybe, your 3D manifestation of your energies are just waiting somewhere else, but your mind is focused on this specific limited perspective of that specific person. So it's just, and until you don't realize that, that's what you're blocking, because you don't have it in your vision field, so you know this is a mental exercise, I think, for everyone, if you really at least want to test it. I'm not saying you should do this or that, but I can see how it's limiting if you put yourself in this limited perspective, assuming that that's the reality that's coming, because we don't know what the universe is planning and how it's all orchestrated. But the more we are staying open, the more things can come. So,
That's remind me about something. I want to finish it up. Some of the people there with this, especially I'm talking about me, is blocking the blessings from the universe. And you're gonna find out that the universe is gonna find way, time, and space to tell you here. That's what I have for you. Don't block your blessings. Don't play these mind games. You already evolved. You already got in enough. You already got into this. Now is the time. And you're gonna find out when you really gonna be looking, when your 5D energies, they matching the reality there. That's all we had for you guys. Thank you so much for watching for your comments, and you guys, be love from me. Okay.
thank you, and see you next time in the next video. Take care.